the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, a good Sunday evening to you, race fans, and welcome back to Sunday Night Racing on the Dirt Racing Network. Midwest Dirt Racing Series back on the track. Summer series for these guys. They will go every other Sunday. 8 races, UMP modifies. They will do a national championship this season where they will go to 8 different tracks instead of just running a 4-track season, run them each twice. This will be a true national championship. 22 drivers have checked in for tonight's event. Got about 3 minutes and 45 seconds until they get down to racing. No qualifying in this series. These guys get random draws for heats. 10-lap heat races. The top 3 automatically transfer. When necessary, a 15-lap B main, which I believe is going to always be run just to set the final starting grid for the A main. A couple of minutes of the warm-up. 30 laps for your features. Only a 20-car field, so tonight we'll definitely have a B main. We're going to be sending a couple of drivers packing at the end of that B main. Always a pleasure to have these guys on. They put on a great show the last 3 or 4 seasons now in their various mods that they run. And I can't wait to see what they do with the umps. I hear people complain about how they drive. I hear people that absolutely love them. We are going to find out very shortly. For those of you that are regular fans, you can tell a little different look tonight. Finally got the new overlays up and running. I think they're okay. We're going to give them one heck of a test tonight and find out for sure. And this may be what we look like from now on for every series. Drivers meeting going on right now. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers Racing League, 4th annual Jason Johnson Memorial. The 410 Sprint Cars will be at Knoxville. That's a 41-lap feature. They have over 40 drivers registered for that race. Going to have Bobby Johnson, Jason Johnson Racing, and her driver, Carson Macedo, on live on the pre-race. And then we'll also have the executive director of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum, Bob Baker, on to talk all things Knoxville with us. Dominic Santina will be back on the call. I will try to do my part to help him out with the pre-race festivities before I have to go take care of my admin duties in the server. But that is a great race to watch. Bobby Johnson gets behind. She sends mini wing panels for the top 3 finishers and the hard charger for the night. There's a little cash on the line. Got some prizes to give away tomorrow night. Ladies, make sure you tune in. Have some ladies prize packs from Tim's Dirt Track Simulators powered by iRacing to give away. But right now, it is going to be time to get ready to head down trackside. These guys getting ready to go. 22 of them. Going to be awesome. Going to have 3 heats for you tonight. And that's a random draw for the heat, so we don't know who's going to start where. It is going to be a good one. Guys, say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver. Make sure that you tag them or shout out their name. If you got a favorite announcer, shout theirs out too. I'm not proud. I just, no shame in this game. I promise you that. Going to have some fun this evening. Glad to be back on it with these guys off next week, and hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend. I know I'm going to, as long as it doesn't rain on us down in New Mexico, I'm going to be down Ute Reservoir for the weekend, so hanging out with a bunch of friends. So we're ready for that. But right now, a lot of racing going on. Actually, checking out this wingless sprint car deal here right now on Flow. So getting ready for these guys. Hello, Mr. Moody. I'll be seeing you tomorrow night. You're on admin duty, too, by the way. You're going to have admin powers tomorrow night. Heads up. Hopefully we won't have a dry, bumpy track like they did last night at Peevely. All right. It is time for races to get started, which definitely means that it is time for us to go trackside and get ready for tonight's starting lineups. We will do so right here. Heat number 1 for the new season. On to the pole, and I can't believe he's back in the car. I thought he dropped off the face of the earth. The fuzzy one himself, Cody Kelly in the 13 machine. On his outside, his teammate, the field point number 31. That's Colby Collins. Another teammate, Garrett Boyd, the 21. That's the 1.8 electric-powered machine behind them. And next to Boyd, that's going to be Mike Lemanchik in the 8. Your third row on the inside, defending series champion in the 11 car, Cole Duggar. On the outside of him, that's the 50 of Dan Tefelsky. And your final row for heat number 1. On the inside, Josh Terry-Hill finished 3rd in the points last season. A newcomer to the series, a 23 machine, I believe it is. It's what it looks like. It's going to be Clint Conrad. So we will get ready. Lap number 1 of 10. Go back to the front. They don't mess around. They kick this thing right off. Light should already be off on the pace truck. He's probably going to head in. Not this time. They will let him roll around. Ignore the chat over on YouTube, guys. I don't know how to stop those guys from doing that, but I've put them on timeout. I've reported them for everything under the sun, and YouTube does not seem to care. If I monetized this channel, I can promise you it would end one way or another, but I don't monetize it, so it is what it is. It is time for heat number 1. Cody Kelly, Colby Collins off the front row. The 15 car next to the 13 car. Pace truck is in. Green flag is underway. Summer season for the Midwest Dirt Racing Series. Presented by Scrub-A-Dub Car Wash and Oil Change Centers, underway and down the backstretch of teammates. 1, 2, 3. Collins trapped up on the high side. Kelly right down against the inside. Boyd was about a half a car width lower than that. You can see these three are really getting at one another right here. Now Boyd works up the inside. He's got the nose to the door of the 13 of Kelly. They're going to be side by side. 3 wide on the exit of 4 at the line. Collins nicks the fence. He'll fall back. Now a little contact between Cody Kelly and Garrett Boyd, and then that opens the door. Cole Duggar, that 11 machine, going to work his way right into this battle. Collins with a good run off the top side, going to pass everybody. He goes to the point for the end of lap number 3. See, they are 2 and almost 3 wide down the backstretch. They'll go into 3 and 4, still side by side, 2 deep. Oh, Cody Kelly with a little contact from behind. That's going to move him out of the 4th spot. He hangs on to 5th as Clint Conrad got around him. But now it's a side-by-side battle between the teammates. Boyd on the bottom, Collins on the top, and then Cole Duggar lurking right there looking for the opening. 5 down, 5 to go. Down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. They're going to stay side by side. Boyd has about a car length advantage. Going in, they'll be almost door to door coming out. Boyd led that lap. And now Duggar going to try to go to the bottom. Wants to see if he can force his way underneath the 21, move him up the hill. I think the best traction right now is right down there on that inside. And Boyd gets to the line first. 7 complete. Working lap number 8 right now. Now Duggar has the nose on the inside. Boyd's going to have to give up the very, very bottom, and Collins is right there trying to go around the top side. This is going to be a great battle for the last 2 laps right here. Boyd through the middle. Big run out of 2 for him. 1 full car length. They're side by side for the 2nd and 3rd spot. All 3 transferring if they can make it through this. 1 more lap around. Garrett Boyd trying to hold him off. Gets the run in the middle out of 2. Here comes Duggar. Now Collins back to 3rd. He's going to work to the top side, see if he can make a run at it. But they come out of 4. Checkers in hand. Boyd wins heat number 1. He'll take Duggar and Collins into the feature with him. Conrad, Kelly, Lemanchik, Tafilski, and Hill all going to have to work their way in. So we get ready for heat number 2. They'll line up like this on the pole. The Pro Power, number 10 of Tony Itzkowski, and on his outside, 2nd in the points last season, drives the 43 car, Reed Rundle, the driver. 2nd row on the inside, the 31 of Andrew Humphrey, and on his outside, the 69 of Scott Bittinger. 3rd row on the inside, the 74 of Peter Brees, and on his outside, that's Shane Yates in the 11, and getting ready to roll off any moment now, it's going to be the 88 car of Jarrett Tennyhill. So 7 in this one. Had 8 in the first one. We'll have 7 in the second, 7 in the third. Top 3 from each are automatically into tonight's feature. And we will find the remaining 11 coming out of that B main. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Going to go green the next time. We come out of turn 4. It's Kowski and Rundle. Ready to go at it right here. Pace truck is in. The green flag is out in heat number 2. Oh, and it's Kowski. Little giddy in that start right there. He's going to end up 3 wide coming out 2 with Rundle in the lead. He's going to get bumped around as is Kowski. He's going to go from on the pole straight to the back from 1 to 7 before we can complete a lap here. Tony Itzkowski straight back to the middle of the field. He goes to 7th. Rundle out in front. Bittinger's making a run off the top side of 2. He'll pull alongside into 3 and 4. They're 3 wide behind that almost. Coming out of the corner, Tannehill came from 7th. He's up here battling for 4th and 5th right now. He's in the middle between Yates and Humphrey. Humphrey's got the bottom kind of locked in right there, and he's able to surge ahead heading into turn 3. A little contact from behind. Now Bittinger, great run out of 2. He's going to have the lead this time down the backstretch heading into turns 3 and 4, now 1 and 2. Quickest car on the track was Shane Yates. The last lap, he goes around Rundle on the top side. He'll move into second. Here comes Tannehill around the top side as well. Looks like maybe the bottom's starting to go away on the racetrack. Now the 81 car of Jarrett Tannehill. He puts himself up to 3rd. That means it's Bittinger, Yates, Tannehill, Rundle is in 4th. Humphreys and Brees side by side for 5th and 6th. Tony Itzkowski went from the penthouse to the outhouse on this one. Bittinger still out front. Yates trying to run him down. Got close going into 1 and 2. Coming around to get the 2 to go signal. Everybody's moved above the slick line all the way around here. Now Bittinger goes in on the bottom slider line across. That might open things up for momentum run for Yates, but he's got Tannehill down the inside. Gets boxed in right there. Tannehill looking through the bottom to maybe take second. Try to get alongside Bittinger. White flag in the air. Bittinger with the slider line again. That's going to give Yates a run. Tannehill slid through the slick and lost a lot of momentum. Can he do something down here in 3 and 4 to go 2 for 1? It doesn't look like it. Bittinger's going to win it. Yates is second. Tannehill 3rd. Then Rundle, Humphrey, Brees, and Itzkowski. So, good racing side by side right there. So we'll get ready to go down for our final heat race of the evening. They're going to line up like this. David Gilmer, the 021 car, will start on the pole. Next to the 86, that's the Grand Garage Machine of Mason Leon. Buddy Ware, the 17 will start, or the 2 car, excuse me. I think it's a 17. I actually think he's a 17 car. He'll start on the inside of row number 2, next to Brad Branham in the 17. That's going to be Chris Alvey in the 13 car on the inside of row number 3, next to Stephen Moore in the 73. And the 19 of Sean Judson will start shotgun in this one. So, newcomer to the series, David Gilmer, will have the pole for the final heat race of the evening. All right, green out of 4 this time. Pace truck is in, just waiting for the starter to display that green flag. There it is. We're underway. Final heat race of the evening. Good start up front on the outside for Leon. He's going to come out of turn number 2 with the lead, and Buddy Ware putting pressure on David Gilmer already. He surges ahead going into turns 3 and 4. Ware moves into second, put Gilmer back to third. Alvey slides into fourth. They're side by side for 5th and 6th. That's Moore on the inside, Judson on the outside. Judson working around the top. He's got some momentum on the exit. Not quite there. Contact between Alvey and Moore. And Moore opens the door to let Judson get all the way to the top, and he takes 4th away. These drivers starting to get spread out quickly here. Everybody trying to chase down Gilmer. That's the final transfer spot directly to the feature. You won't have to deal with the B main. Almost 3 wide that time as Judson's thought about putting his nose in the middle between the 2 cars. Gilmer's on the top, Alvey's on the bottom. Judson's right there, kind of behind and off into the middle. Just don't think he's got enough momentum to make it happen. Car pulling into the infield. That's Brad Branham. We're about to have a battle for the lead here. The 2 teammates are going to go at each other a little bit, it looks like. We're coming around to complete 6 of 10. But we're watching the battle for the final transfer spot right here. And meanwhile, Leon pulled out about 4 car lengths that time down the backstretch on his teammate Buddy Ware. So now Moore in here has 3rd secured, but Judson not giving up on that just yet. As we're coming around to get the 2 to go signal. Still Mason Leon out in front. Buddy Ware and Stephen Moore, 1, 2, 3. Buddy Ware with a little blink right there. Judson, and Judson can't shake Gilmer. Gilmer with a good job on the crossover right there. That should give him enough momentum to clear. And Gilmer will go back to 4th. The white flag in the air. Mason Leon around the top side of 1 and 2. He'll come down the backstretch into 3 and 4. And he'll win the final heat race this evening. He'll go straight to the feature, take his teammate Buddy Ware and Stephen Moore. Along with him, Judson, Gilmer, Alvey, and Branham. All going to have to work their way in through the consolation races. And we should get that one right about now. 13 drivers going to be in this one. As they're gridding out on the front stretch, it'll be Conrad and Rundle on the front row, Judson and Kelly row 2, Humphreys and Gilmer row 3, Lemanchik and Brees row 4, row 5, Alvey on the inside of Tefelsky. Then it's Kowski and Branham in the 6th row, and Josh Terrett Hill on the back row. "13 cars, 11 going to transfer into tonight's A main. Couple of minutes in the warm-up session for these guys. While they're doing that, We'll figure out what's going on. Now everything wants to come on now. That's wild.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. The B main is underway. Side by side through 1 and 2. Conrad and Rundle once again. They'll go down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Bittinger. No, I'm sorry. Sean Judson. Saw a purple car. Sean Judson into third. Almost a little contact there. Tefelsky looks like maybe he crashed. Oh, yeah, they got all stacked up. Tefelsky in there. Whole lot of contact. Looks like Peter Brees is in there. Yep, that car probably done as he stuck it right into the tires. So our first caution of the evening on a lap 1 of the B main. 1 car will be eliminated, so only 1 more needs to be eliminated from this B main to set the field for tonight's A main. Conrad, Rundle, Judson, Kelly, Humphrey, Gilmer, Lemanchik, Brees, Alvey, Ichkowski, Tarrant Hill, and Branham are the 12 cars still on track. They'll get it all sorted out, get everybody in line where they're supposed to be. And we'll get ready to go back to the green flag. Still about 10 laps remaining. All right, looks like the lights are off on the racetrack. We're getting ready to go back to green. Still Conrad and Rundle on the front row. Green flag back in the air.
Green, green, green.
Conrad got a lot better start this time than he did the first time. He grabs the lead by about 4 car lengths over Reed Rundle. Sean Judson, Cody Kelly, Andrew Humphrey all battling in the top 5 right there.
All right, man.
Caution again. This time I think it's for Branham. Branham, the yellow car back here, all by himself, the 17. Up to the top side, clips the fence. Yep, that'll definitely do it for you right there. He turtle shelled it. That'll put him on the hook, put him into the pits. And that should set it up so that the remaining cars in the B main transfer into tonight's feature. They're just racing for their final starting positions in that 20-car field. Everybody will get lined up side by side this time around. I'm fairly certain the lights are going to go off on that. There they go. They go off on the pace truck. 11 cars remaining on the track. All 11 will transfer into tonight's feature. Still Conrad and Rundle 1-2. Now Judson inside row 2 next to Kelly. And then it's Humphrey next to Lemanchik in row number 3. Gilmer and Alley, Brees and Hill, and then Hichkowski. Green flag back in the air. Another great start for Conrad. He's got that advantage. He gets to start first, and he is using it to its fullest as he jumps out in front of the battle now for second between Reed Rundle in the 43 and Sean Judson in the 19. Cody Kelly's working the top side on Andrew Humphrey. He'll have that spot, so move Kelly to 4th. Humphrey is 5th. Lemanchik 6th. Tarrant Hill back here. 36 car. Oh, cars into the fence. No yellow flag. Cody Kelly and Andrew Humphrey got into it. I don't know what happened there. Maybe Kelly got out of shape because he clearly had a big advantage over Humphrey. He might have lost the car a little, or Humphrey might have overcooked it getting it into the corner, but we're going back to the front. Top 3 separated by about a car and a half apiece. Lemanchik quickest last lap. 7 down, 5 to go. Clint Conrad starting to get away out to about 5 car lengths now. Rundle trying to hold Judson off. Lemanchik's all by himself in 4th. There's a battle for 5th. Hill and Brees. David Gilmer right in the middle of that too that time. Hill went way wide in 1 and 2. Brees snuck by on the bottom, so move Peter Brees to the 5th spot. Hill to 6th. Gilmer is 7th. Get back closer to the front. Rundle reels him in and then loses a bunch of distance. 2 to go this time. B-Main about to wrap up. It has been all Clint Conrad in the B-Main. Started on the pole. He has led every single lap. White flag in the air, and it is still Clint Conrad. Reed Rundle, Sean Judson. 11 drivers transferring through. Conrad's going to win it. Then it's Rundle, Judson, Lemanchik, Brees, Gilmer. Battle side by side. Hill gets 7th. Hichkowski 8th. Humphreys 9th. Kelly 10th. And Alvey rounds out the field as Daniel Tefelsky in a very damaged car as he had the lap 1 wreck. Comes home 1 spot out of transferring. So with all that said, it is time for us to pay a bill real quick. We only got a couple of minutes here. So when we come back, we'll be heading into feature time. All right, back to it. Drivers working the track in a little bit. Got about a minute and a half left. Went out and tilled up the surface to try to make it 2 lanes of racing. These guys are going to work it all back down nice and smooth, iron it all out. 30 green flag laps going to be the distance. 8-car invert at the front of the field. So 9 drivers transferred from the heats. 8 of those drivers have to swap spots. So I believe the car that finished second in heat number 3 will start on the pole. Don't forget about tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Right here, Dominic Santino will have the call in the race. I'll join him in the booth pre-race. Going to talk to Bobby Johnson, Jason Johnson Racing, Carson Macedo from Jason Johnson Racing, and Bob Baker from the Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum up in Knoxville. The Jason Johnson Memorial, the 4th annual Jason Johnson Memorial. Big field of cars expected to be in this one. You got 42 or 43 registered as of coming on the air this evening. Going to be a fun one. Make sure you tune in for that. Say hi in the chat. Ladies especially, some giveaways for the fans. Some prize packs, and we have some specifically for the females. So let's get down here, look at tonight's starting lineup. Jarrett Tannehill will start on the pole next to Colby Collins. Buddy Ware and Shane Yates in row 2. Cole Duggar and Mason Leon making up row number 3. Your 4th row, Scott Bittinger and Garrett Boyd. And it's going to be Stephen Moore and Clint Conrad in the 5th row. Reed Rundle and Shud Judson will make up that 6th row as they came out of the B main. Then Lemanchik and Brees in the 7th. Gilmer and Hill in row number 8. Hitchkowski and Humphrey in row 9. And the final row this evening, Cody Kelly and Chris Alvey. Low humidity, low temperature. Good night for racing here. Drivers getting ready to kick things off. Round 1 of 8. They will go every other Sunday night. So we'll be off next Sunday and then go on the 10th of July again. The 10th, the 24th, and then the 7th of August. So, good to see Tiny Dancer and the Hillbilly himself, Tim Nichols, in the chat. Guys, thanks for joining. But it is time to go racing. 30 green flag laps, round number 1. Midwest Dirt Racing Series, UMP Modified Summer Series. Defending series champion, last season's winner. Starting right there on the inside of row number 3. Cole Duggar, the 11 car.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is in the air. Collins on the top side. Will he have enough to get around his front row counterpart in Tannehill, excuse me. Into 3 and 4. Tannehill comes up the hill. Collins cuts underneath. Tannehill leads lap number 1. I think we're going to see a great battle at the front here for just a little bit. Caution. I'm not sure who turned around back here. Could be Ichkowski. Let's jump back. We'll take a look. 10 car of Ichkowski right off the start. Goes around Cody Kelly. Tried to put his nose down on the inside. Yeah, ends up clipping him on that left rear. Pushing him right up against the fence. So, couple of laps in the books. We'll get them all sorted out. Tanny Hill. Has the point. Collins. Yates. Ware. Duggar. Leon. Bittinger. Boyd. Conrad. And Stephen Moore. Rounding out the top 10, you can see Reed Rundle, Sean Judson right there. Then it's Peter Brees, Andrew Humphrey, David Gilmore, Chris Alvey, Josh Terrett Hill, Cody Kelly, Tony Itzkowski. Lemanchik's car already off the racing surface. I think he may be finished. Not sure what happened to him. He wasn't in that wreck that brought out our caution. So they'll double them up. We'll get ready to go again. 3 down, 27 to go. Pace truck will make the hard left, and then Jarrett Tannehill will get us restarted here.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Starting off once again, Tannehill with a great start this time. Way better than his first start. So they'll come out of 2, head down the backstretch. Yates went to the top side. He's going to go all the way to second. They're 2 wide behind that. Now, Duggar tried to pull alongside Yates. He stays beside Colby Collins right there. They're 2 wide, 3 rows, maybe 4 rows deep. As we go all the way back to the 3 car there of Stephen Moore. Nobody trying to get anything more than what's being allowed. And a great job of threading the needle by Garrett Boyd right there. Went around the top side on Bittinger in between he and Buddy Ware. And he is going to move himself into the 6th spot. Go back to the front because Yates chasing Tannehill, and those two starting to get away from Duggar, Collins, and the rest of the field as Bittinger tries to get the spot back from Boyd. He's got it down the backstretch, so Bittinger back to 5th. Boyd had to check up with the nose right up under the back of the 69 car. That's going to put him in a side-by-side with Stephen Moore. Now he goes side-by-side again with Bittinger down the backstretch. Colby Collins in the 15 right in front of that. He sits 4th. Good run out front. Top 3 now starting to break away as Duggar has reeled in Yates. Yates is about a car and a half, 2 cars in back of Tannehill. Cole Duggar has a handle on this place. He seems to find a way to win at Volusia every time series or the league comes here. Doesn't matter the car. Now he drives down the hill trying to use the momentum. Good run for him. He closed up about a car and a half right there. So he's top 3. Breaking away from the field. You can see them 1.4 seconds out in front of 4th place. And now Yates starting to look a little racy. Tried to show the nose to Tannehill. Pulls alongside into turns 3 and 4. Slide job up the hill. Can Tannehill cross him back over? Yes, he can. Tannehill stays in the lead. That brings Duggar side by side with Yates. Yates out of 2. Can he move to the middle or will Duggar box him in? Duggar boxed him in that time. Duggar's going to go for the 2 for 1. He didn't get there, has to check the car down. I think that's going to keep him side by side with Yates. Great battle at the front right now. Top three on top of each other, and they're going to be 3 wide down the backstretch. Yates had his nose on the outside of the 81. Duggar goes for the lead. Yates cuts underneath. Barely half a car for Cole Duggar that time. Almost contact. Yates got the back end, stepped way out there, and they're going 3 wide for the lead here. We're only 13 laps into this. Bittinger's 4th, Boyd is 5th, and those two are still battling. And they're watching a great one in front of them. Now Bittinger takes the spot away. Yates locks in on the bottom. He's next to Tanny Hill. He can't shake him. But Duggar, usually once he gets out front, he runs off and hides from these guys. And I'll tell you what, tonight, Jarrett Tannehill holding him in check, keeping him right there. One bobble from the purple and black number 11, and Tannehill will be back around him into the lead. No doubt about that. Shane Yates still scrapping. Let's go back. Bittinger settled into the 4th spot. Boyd into 5th. Side by side between Moore and Collins for 7th. Little contact between the right rear on Moore's car. He barely got into the left front of Buddy Ware. That's 8th place Ware. Mason Leon in 9th. Sean Judson is in 10th. Let's get back to the front. Now Duggar is starting to get away. Lap traffic right in front. As Josh Terrett Hill, the 36 car, right in front of these guys. But it's a good half a second from the 11 of Duggar back to the 88 of, or the 81 of Jarrett Tannehill. Duggar works to the inside. He puts Josh Terrett Hill a lap down. Now, Shane Yates going to take advantage of Tannehill getting blocked in by the 36 car. He goes for 2nd. He's got it. Here comes Bittinger. Bittinger's going to try to make a bid for a podium spot on Tannehill as well. Now Yates with about 9 to go. Clear track between him and Cole Duggar. Best bet on the track is right here. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and they're 3 wide getting into 3 and 4. Tannehill's trying to cover the inside. Boyd had his nose down there. And Bittinger's trying to work off the top side and use the momentum to make the pass. That time, contact, and that's going to hurt Bittinger. He'll fall back. That's going to move Boyd to the 4th spot. He'll work to the inside of Tannehill. Lap car at the top, shoots out, and there's your caution. I think this was just driver trying to get out of the way, and he's going to lose it down here in 3 and 4 and go out the gate in turn number 4. Up the hill. Car stepped out on him, and he tried to leave the racing surface and got hung up right there. And that's what brought out our caution. So we're going to reset things. It's going to be Duggar, Yates, Tannehill, Boyd, Collins, the top 5. Then Moore, Leon, Ware, Judson, and Conrad. Colby Collins is 7th. Mason Leon 8th. Buddy Ware 9th. Sean Judson 10th. Conrad is 11th. Peter Brees 12th. Reed Run 13th. Andrew Humphrey 14th. Cody Kelly 15th. David Gilmer in 16th. And Chris Alvey in 17th. Last car on the lead lap. Terry Hill is a lap down, and so is Tony Ichkowski in 19th. So lights still on the pace truck, so at least one more lap around. There's only 7 remaining. And we'll put the first night of the summer season for the Midwest Dirt Racing Series in the books. Lights will go off this time on the pace truck. Single file. Ken Yates mount an attack and get around Duggar. Ken Tannehill get back to the lead. Was there for a long time. Can Cole Duggar continue his winning ways? Here, MDR with the green flag back in the air. Amain closing down, 6 laps to go. Yates went for it down on the bottom. Couldn't get the car to stick. That's going to open things up. 3, almost 4 car lengths down the backstretch. Bittinger now going to go 3 wide with Boyd on the bottom. He's in the middle. Tannehill was on the top. He tried to get third. He couldn't quite do it. He's got some momentum off the top. Here comes Stephen Moore, that 3 car. He's trying to get in here. We're coming around to the 4 to go mark. Good battles here inside the top 5, top 3, single file. Then it's a 3 wide battle behind that for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now it's a 2-car battle. Bittinger hanging on. Boyd trying to work the bottom. Would like to have a crack at Tannehill before this is all over with. The laps are running out real quick. Two to go this time. Cole Duggar, Shane Yates, Jarrett Tannehill, the top 3. Bittinger is now 4th. Car flipping down the back stretch, or front stretch, excuse me. I think that was... Well, let's go see, because I'm pretty sure that was Mason Leon in the 86 car. Collins up the hill, makes contact, pushes his teammate into it, and then Buddy Ware just gets collected trying to get out of the way. He'll end up backwards, but both Collins and Leon went for a tumble. So we'll have a green-white checker to end this one. Attrition now starting to take its tolls. We're down to about 14, 15 cars still on track, and only about 13 of them still on the lead lap. Make it 14 with Alvey back there in 14th. Ichkowski and Hill still out there making circuits, but they're both a lap down. All right, everybody just about in order. We're about to get ready to get the one to go. Duggar, Yates, Tannehill, Bittinger, Boyd are the top 5. I see Colby Collins' car rolling back out of the pits after that tumble. They're going to put him back to the end of the line. Cars bunching up right here. Big gap between 3rd and 4th right there. Several car lengths. Duggar held him to the exit of 4. He's back on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. 2 to go. They fanned out 3 wide. Almost contact between Yates and Duggar as Yates went for it again through the middle of 1 and 2. He's going to go to the top side with Duggar this time. Try to get the run off. See if he can throw the slider down here. White flag in the air. One more time around. No slider from Yates. Too much momentum on the top side. He's going to really have to go after it. Tannehill got up the hill. He loses 3rd. Here's a battle for that spot. Duggar wins the opener. Yates is 2nd. Contact. And Bittinger's going to hang on for the podium spot. Boyd and more are going to finish in that top 5 right there. So Bittinger got to the podium on the last lap as Tannehill had a big problem. Fireworks going off right in front of our helicopter here. So we're going to get down here, talk to our drivers. Yates. Here we go. Let's drag them up, start chatting with them. He ran third tonight in the 69 machine. Scott Bittinger, you there, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, Roger? How you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, man. A heck of a job to get up there. And then the last couple of laps, man, you were going to battle for it regardless. How'd you get around there and get on this podium?
I don't know, man. Like, just perfect timing on restarts. I kind of messed that last one up a little bit, but I just took it to the bottom. I am horrible with these cars, and we have been working on this with my Team Outlaw guys, Sean Judson, Cole Duggar, BJ Duvall, our team owner. We've been working so hard, and we've been plugging away at these cars and just getting ready for this. And to come out first night, brand new season of the Summer Series, and to win the heat race, come out and go from 7th to 3rd, I can't be more happier with this.
Well, it's an awesome run. It's a great way to start the season. You had some momentum at the end of the street stock season last season, and you kind of feel like that's carried over?
Yeah, I mean, iRacing is not something you can just jump on every once in a while and be fast. You got to be plugging away at it. And Team Outlaw started the elite team, and it's one of those where got to plug away. We're plugging away, and just being on iRacing is just getting that momentum back up. I had baseball during the street stock series, and I didn't have any time for practicing or just even being on it. So here the last couple weeks I've been just plugging away, and it's paying off. So just that's about it, you know.
Well, an awesome run. I'm sure you got some shout-outs before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank Team Outlaw Elite, all the guys there that, you know, we work together. We fight hard all the time. I got to thank BJ Duvall, Sean Judson, Juddy Designs, KDC Photography, Bearded 2 Beard Oil. Thanks AJ. He's always in our Discord hanging out. So, you know, I got to thank my wife and kids. So that's about it.
All right, man. Well, heck of a way to start off the season. Congrats on a great run. Look forward to seeing you back here in 2 weeks.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Your third place finisher this evening, Scott Bittinger. Let's grab the man that drives one of the 211 cars in here. He's out of Pilgrim, Kentucky. Shane Yates, you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, man, tell us about your feature tonight. It looked like you had your hands full pretty much the entire go of it.
Yeah, I got stuck behind, who's the third place guy? I can't remember his name.
Bittinger.
Yeah, I got stuck behind him for a while. I was trying to figure out how to pass him. And then I seen Cole coming up on us fast where I was trying to get past him, man. I knew it was going to be a hard battle there, and I kind of threw a big slider and gave the position away, but it's still gonna be hard to beat Cole. He was just as fast as me, if not faster. So it was a toss up.
Well, a new car for this series in the UMP mod, and a lot of guys complain about it. Some guys love it. Your take on how this car drives compared to all the other dirt mods on the service?
You gotta use a lot of throttle control. That's the biggest key to these cars is throttle control. And they are harder to get used to, but once you get used to them, they're pretty fun to race. You know, you can race side by side pretty easy with them.
Well, some awesome racing out there tonight. A second place finish to kick things off. I know it's an every other week series. What does that do for your rhythm, your continuity in the series? Taking a week off and then coming back, it's every other week. How do you prepare for that?
I just stay on iRacing. I don't run a lot of UMP modifieds because there ain't too many hosted races up in the UMP modifieds. So I guess I just need to start working on them a little bit more. I've been running a lot of late models and a lot of street stocks, but more or less late models. So and the big block modifieds, I've been running them a whole lot. So I need to start running the UMPs a lot more in the hosted races when they come up.
Well, an awesome way to start the season, man. Who do you got for some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great run tonight.
Thank my team No Love, them guys over there. Thank you guys for putting the league on and broadcasting it, man. I always go back and watch the broadcast because, you always learn from your mistakes, and, I like watching them anyway.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you back here in a couple of weeks.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Shane Yates finishes second tonight. And he finishes second to a guy that we are very familiar with, being up at the front at Midwest Dirt Racing. Another 11 car out there, KDC photography machine of Cole Duggar. Cole, you there, buddy?
I am, Roger. Good to talk to you.
Well, it's a regular thing on Sunday nights, unless we're just not racing, for you to be up here chatting with us, man. Took you a little while to get to the front, and I said as soon as you did, usually you drive away and hide from all these guys, and that took a few more laps. You started to inch out there. How was the feature?
Yeah, it was tough to pass, and early on especially, but it was a really good battle between Shane Yates and Jarrett for sure, and I was watching Jarrett run some fast lines, and then all of a sudden Shane would be faster on the bottom, so just observing, I started kind of running like a cut down line, and that ended up catching up to him a little quicker, and watching Shane throw a slider, and it didn't work at all on the exit of 4. And I ended up having to do that myself to get around Jarrett, and I think the only reason I really stayed in front there was them two were so tight off of 4 that neither of them could get a run, so it kind of just left me with the small run that I had from the slider line. Was able to keep me out front, but I'm telling you, man, I wasn't really running away from him at all tonight. Shane was really fast. Jarrett was fast. I don't know if I broke my car or not before that first caution came out, but I don't know. I felt like Shane had something for me. Really surprised he didn't get me.
Well, a great way to start the season. I know we take a couple of weeks off before we race again, but you ended the season with some momentum last time, picked up the championship. You started off the same way you left it, different car, but the same results. You think you got a chance to win another title here?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really comfortable in these cars after doing quite a bit of testing on them. I think they're probably a little more racy than the street stocks, so I think we're going to have more 3-wide battles like we saw in 2 of the heat races. I think we had 3-wide battles for the lead. And then there at the end, obviously, in the feature, we had a 3-wide battle for quite some time. And I think it's going to put on a great show. And whether or not I make it up to podium every week, I don't know, just because it looks like a lot of these people can drive these things and be competitive.
Well, an awesome run. You started off the right way. Some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you pop the cork.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank everybody helps put on the league, all the admins and sponsors, KDC Photography, GB Restoration, Scrub It Up, Car Wash and Oil Change, and Wabam is also part of that car wash sponsorship. They've joined on with us this year too and helping with awards. I think there's somebody's going to get a Clean Driver Award's going to get some car wash supplies, a little bucket. That's pretty cool. And can't thank all those guys enough for helping with the league and just giving these guys a reason to race clean and have fun. And thanks all to the viewers out there on Dirt Racing Network, YouTube, and Facebook. And Roger, big thanks for the broadcast.
All right, man. Congratulations again. Look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. Have a great 4th.
Thank you. See ya.
Your winner tonight in the 11 car, Cole Duggar. Let's take a look at our race results. Cole Duggar wins it. Shane Yates was second. Scott Bittinger, good run for him. He comes home in third. Garrett Boyd 4th. Stephen Moore was 5th. Jarrett Tannehill in 6th. 7th went to Sean Judson. Clint Conrad, newcomer to the series, a top 10 run for him. He finishes 8th. Reed Rundle in 9th. Peter Brees runs 10th tonight. Cody Kelly in his return comes home 11th, and Andrew Humphreys 12th. Chris Alvey 13th. 14th went to David Gilmer. Colby Collins got into it with his teammate. He ends up 16th. 16th to Tony Itzkowski. Josh Terrett Hill in 17th. 18th was Mason Leon. Buddy Ware in 19th. And Mike Lemanchik, early one out. I don't think they got a lap in. I think something happened to that car electronically, and it went straight to the pits after the rollout. So, a great night to start off the Scribadub Car Wash Rally, Wabam, KDC Photography, GB Restoration, Midwest Dirt Racing Series, UMP Modifieds. Every other week for these guys, so we'll be off until we get back on the 10th of July. Everybody have a great 4th. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, for the Jason Johnson 4th Annual Memorial Event. Going to have Bobby Johnson, Carson Macedo, and Bob Baker all live in the pre-race to chat about Jason Johnson Racing, what's going on with the World of Outlaws, where Carson Macedo is at this season. He is the driver for Jason Johnson Racing. And then we'll talk all things Knoxville and the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum with Bob Baker. So make sure you tune in for that. Going to be a great race afterwards, so stick around for all the action. And we won't be back again until the 5th and 6th of July, and that will be the Sprints for Freedom event. Monday Night Thunder moving on to Tuesday and Wednesday for that week. 2-night event. Those guys racing for their regular series points and for the Sprints for Freedom, the 6th Annual Sprints for Freedom trophy. Is a crown jewel. One of the crown jewels, or two of them back-to-back, doing the Jason Johnson and the Sprints for Freedom. And so a couple of the crown jewels within a couple of weeks of each other. So make sure you're tuning in for all that, guys. For Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, as always, we appreciate you tuning in. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it here. Can't thank everyone.